we're taking a live look this morning at 10 Downing Street in London, England, where Britain's second female prime minister is starting her first full day in office. Theresa May officially took office yesterday at a meeting with Queen Elizabeth. She takes over for David Cameron, who resigned after the vote to leave the European Union.
Hey, very good Thursday morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedeau as we get started with non-stop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with some breaking news that we've been following for you this morning. Charges are likely against a woman who prompted a police lockdown in a South Fargo neighborhood.
Officers say alcohol was to blame for the disturbance call that came in around 9 last night. They say a woman was threatening to shoot her neighbor and fire at police if they came to the house. Officers set up a perimeter around 30th Street and 35th Avenue South.
Now, after speaking with the woman and her family, police determined that there was not a threat to the public and broke down the perimeter after a couple of hours. No one was hurt in the incident. Police say that there were actually no weapons involved despite the initial threat. Well, we're also following some new developments for you this morning in the investigation of the death of a woman in Fargo.
The family of Casey Jo Schulte, who was found dead in a Fargo apartment garage last August, say they now believe she was killed. How Schulte died is still being investigated by police and the Cass County Medical Examiner's Office. Schulte's parents believe her boyfriend, Joseph Greeman, has more to do with her death than he's told police.
I know where things were at in her life, and I believe that the story that he's told isn't accurate, and I believe he has not been truthful, and that leads me to believe that he may have had a hand in what happened to her.
Now, Greeman did appear in Cass County Court yesterday to face charges of not reporting Schulte's death and moving her body. His attorney argues that Greeman was facing other legal problems at the time, and that is why he acted the way he did.
It's now 6:51. Time for weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with meteorologist Lisa Green. Kind of a dreary start to our day again.
Yeah, hard to get going today with the rain showers in the northern valley, the clouds. It's just kind of one of those gloomy days. Camera's shaking a bit too with a bit of wind out there for us today. Here's a look at our hourly planner. We're not warming up much today. We're going to be seeing temperatures making their way into the mid-60s, upper 60s, maybe 70 degrees in Fargo, Moorhead, and then in some other places in the valley. But otherwise, this is about as warm as we will go today. On top of that, there are some chances for some rain showers later this morning in Fargo, some ongoing right now in the northern valley. Wind out of the northwest and into the teens, perhaps gusting into the 20s. Here's a look at that radar. We've got some more scattered to isolated rain showers in Minnesota. Over into northeastern North Dakota, that's where we have more widespread light rain dropping southward today. 60 degrees in Fargo, 58 in Grand Forks. Everybody in the 50s to some low 60s right now. Visibility also down where we've got some rain, where we have that mist out there, that drizzle, and even some fog for us this morning. A 1.5 mile visibility in Thief River Falls. Detroit Lakes is reporting 2 miles. So even though the sun has come up, please make sure that you leave your headlights on as you're getting to where you need to be today. Here's a look at our planner. 70 degrees today. That's if we can get some sun. Otherwise, we're spending the entire day in the 60s in Fargo. And again, most places in the 60s today with mostly cloudy skies and chances for rain. Friday, 77 degrees. We'll see those temperatures start to warm up and maybe even a shower or thunder shower in the afternoon hours that pop up with the heating of the day. Saturday and Sunday, that looks like the better bet for some thunderstorms. Again, on the weekend, we're seeing a chance for some storms coming up, but temperatures will be warming. And next week, really heating things up. The 90s return as we move into midweek. Let's check in now with Al.
Police, we're back on westbound Interstate 94 this morning. In fact, just driving through the work zone in Moorhead. Traffic seems to be doing pretty well out here. We'll put it in the moderate to steady category. Not a real big deal yet, but the peak is certainly approaching. We do have a stalled car on westbound Interstate 94. This one's on the North Dakota side. It's at the just west of the 42nd Street overpass. So make sure that you're looking out for that. It's a silver car, no lights, no flashers. Just got passed by somebody in a turquoise or a burgundy-colored Tahoe, and he must have been doing 70 miles an hour out here in this work zone. Probably not a very good idea because you have no shoulders on some of the roads. Interstate 29 traffic is brisk this morning as well. Do drive carefully. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
Friends and family will gather today to say goodbye to a Minnesota man shot to death during a traffic stop in the Twin Cities. Philando Castile was shot by St. Anthony police officer last week.
Castillo's fiance documented the shooting's aftermath in a graphic Facebook live stream, which sparked nationwide outrage. Castillo's family says it is planning to file a lawsuit over his death. More than 3 dozen protesters are facing charges for blocking a freeway in the Twin Cities during the morning rush hour yesterday. Traffic was backed up on I-35W for about an hour and a half.
The protesters called themselves supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement and say they want to see the dismantling and defunding of police departments. Demonstrators are facing misdemeanor charges of public nuisance and unlawful assembly. Some Moorhead businesses say they're losing big money because of this summer's 8th Street construction project. Business owners voiced their frustrations at a meeting yesterday. They say customers can't get through the construction zone. They're also upset that there's only one westbound exit open right now on I-94 in Moorhead. City and state leaders say they are looking into fixing some key problems raised.
North Dakota lawmakers are headed back to the state capitol next month to deal with a growing budget shortfall. Governor Jack Dalrymple announcing yesterday he is calling a special session that will start August 2nd and must last at least 3 days. Lower than expected oil and commodity prices have resulted in tax revenues coming in well below projections. Legislators will have to find a way to cut another $300 million from the budget. Earlier this year, the governor used an across-the-board budget cut to slash about $1 billion from the state budget. North Dakota has now confirmed its second case of the Zika virus.
The North Dakota Health Department says a woman who recently traveled to Jamaica has tested positive for the virus. The woman is not pregnant and has not been hospitalized for her illness. Cass County Vector Control says there are no known mosquitoes in our area that are carrying the virus, and the case in North Dakota isn't necessarily cause for concern.
Now, because of the recent rain, experts do say that we will likely see an increase in our mosquito population. To avoid bites, they recommend that you limit your time outside around dawn and dusk, wear long sleeves and pants, and use bug spray with DEET. It was certainly quite the night for hundreds of lucky fans who won a contest through Shields and got a little one-on-one FaceTime with a very famous football player. That's right, former Bison and current Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz hanging out with Lisa Bedeau's parents there.
My dad was one of the lucky guys to win. You got to go and then bring 2 guests. I was one of the guests. Super excited to take pictures, visit with Carson. I thought one of the coolest things when he was talking to reporters, he said he finds it weird being recognized by people, even in Philadelphia, walking down this street. And yet he said he just feels like the same Bismarck kid he's always been, a guy who loves to play football. He said he really just hopes he's making North Dakota proud, which, of course, when he said that to the whole crowd, everybody just went absolutely crazy. Now, of course, he's just a couple weeks out from really getting busy. Wentz will report to training camp in Philadelphia July 24th with his first practice on the 25th. Valley News Live is headed to training camp with Carson as well. Be sure to watch for our special coverage later this month.
Well, boots are being filled with plenty of dollars this week as firefighters from around the area donate their time to help raise money for a very special cause.
It's all to help send kids with muscular dystrophy to camp. Valley Today's Christy Larson joins us live from South Moorhead's Hornbachers with more. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we've been talking about all morning how much help it really does give the kids when they get to go to these camps. And Sue Weger's here with us this morning, as well as Brett and Dominic. And I think it's just one of those things where it's every year, and you just see that community support come out when help fill the boot.
You know, it's interesting. I travel all over doing these across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, and you meet people from all over the country, and they'll all say, oh, we do this in our city and things. So there is a lot of recognition. Firefighters across the country do this program. It's very successful. Firefighters are actually MDA's #1 supporters. So we hope everybody will come out and support the Fargo-Moorhead Fill the Boot through tomorrow.
Over $26,000 last year was raised, and hopefully that amount will be met, if not beat, this year again. So noon to 8 at all 7 Hornbachers locations in the FM area. Dominic's already got the beat going, I feel like, because we did say we were going to do some dance moves to try to get some more donations. We did have a couple people already drop some dollars in this morning. Thank you to those people, and I think some dancing is going to encourage them to do some more. Dance off.
One's just like, nope. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay, they were just. I thought it was maybe only going to be Christy there for a while. Oh, they're not leaving her alone.
No,
Nice.
Dominic's the winner again.
He has
Good
some
try,
nice
Christy.
dance moves,
But
so-
Dominic has you beat once again this year.
Hey,
All the money.
all the money is going to the right place. So whoever wins, it's all worth it. Christy Larson reporting live for us. Thank you, Christy. I'm sure people could get them dancing again if they stop out.
Couple
Swing
of
by
bucks
before
is
work.
going to be well worth that.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 47% of people said this was their favorite toy or thing to play with as a kid.
The answer, the swing set.
Makes sense.
There's so much stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a chance to head online, you can take part in our question of the morning every Monday through Friday by going to our Valley News Live Facebook
The
page.
swing set's been kind of wet, though, the last
Yeah.
couple of days. When you slide down, you get a wet bottom.
You know, there's probably some puddles in the
Yeah.
dips from the swing set. Well, we're going to see more rain today. It's not the heavy stuff, but it'll be enough to be a nuisance. And checking out our 7-day planner, things improve into the weekend. Some storms on the way, but 90s next week.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. We'll have more local news and weather right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great Thursday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning.